All right.
Yeah, this is a lot better.
My man can't podcast if he can't hear. There's damn crinkle cut fries coming out of the fucking headphones.
Dude, snap, crackle, mom and pop shop. I had to say it again. You didn't hear me say that
That's good stuff.
to Ryan.
That's honestly why we do it. Just to hear stuff like that.
That's why I do it. That's why we do this thing, man. That's why we do this podcast, which, by the way, welcome
To the
new
world
listeners,
famous.
old listeners, to the
Yeah.
world's famous We Cool podcast experience.
Mm-hmm. It's an experience now. It's not just a podcast. Yo, you thought this was just a podcast?
Yeah, dude, your dumbass thought this was a podcast. Well, guess what? It's a movie. My life, a podcast for real.
Mm-hmm. My life, a podcast for real, and these white guys got to shut the fuck up already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What?
How's everything sounding on your end, Grant?
Oh, it sounds great.
Cool.
Sounds crispy. in a good way.
Welcome, new, young, beautiful, ugly listeners of all different creeds to the world famous We Cool podcast. A podcast.
Oh,
what?
Sorry.
What's up?
Well, I was gonna say, what are the different creeds? I know
What's up?
there's Apollo.
There's
with arms
I
wide
think that's
open.
it. Every creeds. What's the other? When people say creeds, what's the other word that follows? It's like creeds and orientations.
Justice
Creeds.
for all.
All different creeds and races and
colors and creeds.
One
colors
place,
and creeds.
One place united in friendship and loyalty to our love of each other.
And the band Creed.
Yeah. And Creedence Clearwater.
Yeah. No, just Creed.
But it's a Creedence.
And Creed from The Office.
Yes.
Dude,
okay.
shut up,
So now
Creed.
we're naming all the creeds.
all different creeds and colors. And by creeds, I just mean that old ass guy from the hilarious show The Office, that great television show.
Ryan,
yeah.
What's going on, Ryan? Talk
I
to
don't
me.
know, dude. I'm having
we're
some
having some-
fucking
we're having
issues.
some-
This
we're having
sounds
some
like I have
technical-
cochlear implants. This sucks, dude.
Coca-Cola implants?
Yeah, dude. Coca-Cola titty implants? What the hell?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. A pair of cans right there.
Yeah, a pair of big tits.
Okay, hold on. There's one combination we haven't tried yet.
It's the jack.
It's
right?
this.
Okay.
Wait. What are
It's
you
the
plugged
jack.
into now? Okay, yeah.
Dude, well,
this.
I don't want to lose that intro.
No, we can still use this.
we can use all of this.
We can use all of this.
Here's the thing. The best thing about, and I'll take this over while you guys are setting up. The good thing about when there's technical difficulties on the podcast is it means less talking for us. Which
Yes, well, it's less talking for some of us, more for others.
some
Hold
of
on.
us. I guess it's more talking for me right now. Anyways,
Wait.
welcome.
Fuck.
All right. Well, I guess we'll just have to go like this. I can just.
You're gonna struggle through it.
Yeah, it's just a little like scratchy. I don't think it'll come through on the audio. That's really fucking weird though. We might just have to clean those out. Sorry, Tommy.
Oh, it's all good. Here, give me a second. Here, let me get situated again.
What if Tommy's headphones start fucking up now?
That's really fucking weird. I wonder if it's just like some air duster or something. But that's weird that like all three of them are like
Yeah,
that.
I don't know, man. Oh,
All
Might have
right,
to
now
get
I'm.
another one.
that was weird.
Okay.
All right.
Are we good?
I think we're good. Yeah, I just heard like
All
a
right.
buzzing noise.
And now I'm recording again.
Okay.
And we're back.
Welcome to the world famous.
Well, all right, back to my intro. All different creeds from The Office, races, religions. Welcome to our podcast. It's a podcast where we apologize for things, demand apologies, read listener apologies. I got an apology to demand right off the bat. Technology. Gonna pass it off to you, Grant and Ryan.
I agree.
Are you asking for an apology from technology in general, like just the advancement of humanity?
I got an apology to demand technology and podcasting equipment, and now I'm going to throw the ball right over to you, Grant and Ryan.
I mean, I'm gonna have to go ahead and big agree at this point. It feels like It honestly feels like technology is out to get us right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I got another apology to demand. The U.S. government, what do you guys think, yes or no?
I guess. I don't know if they owe me an apology. I feel like they owe a lot of people an apology, but I don't necessarily know if I'm one of them. I think for the most part, the government, shit, man, they've been doing me right.
They've been acting up.
Yeah, they could back that ass up. Back that government ass up.
Yeah,
Twerk.
yes, sir.
Why don't the government ever twerk? At a town hall. Yeah, I got a question. Why the government never twerk?
Raising your hand.
Yeah. Why don't the government never twerk, bro?
Yeah, your pants are just off too.
Yeah.
You have a shirt on, but you no pants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Does somebody?
And you're little.
Yeah.
And you're little. And you're like. And also, it's a little chilly in here.
Oh. Okay. That was weird.
Oh,
Dude,
another thing.
This
happened?
soundboard is gonna fucking explode.
It's
I feel
like it's like clicking or something.
Yeah.
Um,
What is this? The movie Predator? The sexual Predator? What about that movie? The sequel?
Yeah.
I wonder if
Sexual
it's like
Predator.
some sort of connection or something.
I think you should have Grant's face on the cover of that movie.
Grant just with mandibles sticking out.
Yeah.
Sexual
Predator starring Grant Winkles.
The Grant Winkles story.
the true Grant Winkles story.
Yeah.
Just Arnold blowing me up with a fucking rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The
untold sexual deviant truths of Grant Winkles.
One ugly son of a bitch.
You're like, what? Come on, man. I thought you loved me,
dude.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah.
But I'm not.
Yeah. Dude, I have an apology to demand from our show last night, like the late show. So, okay, so I was at Dr. Grand's in Grand Rapids, really fun. And Thursday, Friday shows are just like killer. I'm like, damn, dude, this is like what it's supposed to be like, really good.
Yeah.
Saturday early show is just like, they're just like timid. And like they had like this art-to-whirl kind of thing in the city that I guess people just wander in because it's like this big-ass building. And then they're like, oh, there's a comedy show, let's go in.
Okay.
So they were fine. But it just was like, kind of underwhelming after the rest of the week. And then Saturday late show, I was like, oh, we got some freaks in here. Like, they're young. But what I didn't realize is it's like a big building, right? And the first 2 floors, the comedy club is on the 3rd floor. First 2 floors are like nightclubs. And so these people were just coming in super drunk, dude. Like way too drunk. Already overserved.
Was it the late show?
Yeah, for the late show. And so like I'm on stage and I'm doing my thing and it's going good. I'm like I crushed for like the first 10 minutes and then I have this joke about how I have like the nipples of a pregnant woman and like when you're a man with nipples like that and you see a baby, there is a part of you that's like, hand the baby over, like let it see it. Yeah. And this lady's like, show us your nipples, and I'm like, show me yours first, and that gets like a laugh, right? But then other women are like, no, show us your nipples, and it's like I'm trying to like play off it and like get to the next thing, so I'm like, is this how it feels to just be a woman? Like everybody is just like, dude, let me see the nipples. And so then like it starts to kind of like derail, and I'm doing like the dog joke where I'm like talking about like, like I have that line where I'm like, let me smell her pussy or whatever. And there's like side chatter.
Hearing the out of context parts of your bits are so
because we know these jokes, but like the listeners are
just
like,
please go on my Instagram and watch the full reel.
Come to the show.
Just hearing a clipped half line of each one where he's like the pregnant woman's
So then
nipples.
I'm like, I want a baby to suck my tits.
Smell her pussy.
I want to smell a woman's pussy.
I have been saying that I've got sucking nipples. These nipples were made for sucking, bro, and nobody.
And me and Grant are just listening to you, just going like,
okay, that makes sense.
Sure. Okay, yeah.
So like I do that like dog joke, and then like there's like some side chatter like at this table in front, and it's like a chick and like two dudes or something, and I'm like, what's going on? You guys okay? And she's like the lady is like, you're like a shock comic. Like all your humor is shock humor. And I was like, I don't think that's true. I don't think like I'm really doing shock humor. And she's like, I guess I've just never heard somebody say I'm gonna smell a woman's pussy. And I was like, I'm like on stage, I'm like, Yeah, but in the joke, I'm a dog, so that's kind of what dogs do. That makes sense, and that's kind of getting
Yeah,
laughs.
but also, and from this woman's perspective, she's just like, a joke is just a little shocking.
Yeah,
like a good
dude.
joke
Well,
is
okay,
just
yeah.
it's just
So then-
surprise.
so
she's just a
then-
little surprised because she's hearing some crazy, a little
Yeah,
some
but
silly
she was, like,
sentences.
Sounds
Kind
like
of
she's never been around an alpha. is what
She
it
was
sounds
kind of
like
an
to me.
asshole.
yeah,
about it.
a hilarious alpha before.
And I'm like, you know, like, well, I'm a dog. I'm like talking like as if I was a dog in the joke, so I think it makes sense. And then she's like, yeah, she says something, and then I'm just like, well, I promise you, I would never smell a real woman's pussy, and that like crushes. But then, dude, it just like, I don't know, man. Like the end of my set, I just like had kind of, I didn't like completely lose him, but it just felt so. I was like, dude, do you guys not remember the first 10 minutes? What happened to the first 10 minutes? I know it's not that my act gets 100 times worse for the last 15, you know, like because it's been crushing wall to wall all week. And so I don't know, man.
That was the
like,
last show too.
That was the last show. And so
Yeah.
then like I'm just driving. I had a 9-hour drive back today, and I'm just like in my head, I'm like, I'm not a shot. Also, I went up to the headliner afterwards, and I was like, dude, did you see the lady say that? And she was like, I didn't. And then I was like, yeah, she called me a shot comic. She was like, dude, you are not. Like,
Yeah.
Because a shot
Yeah.
comic would be like, I'm gonna rape the dog. Like if I said
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah.
absolutely, yeah. Then that's a shocking
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
to say,
yeah.
and I'm saying that to get a shock reaction. Whereas like I might say things, I guess, that are a little shocking, but it's not like that's not where the laugh typically is coming from. I feel like it's
no,
like,
you're an absurdist.
yeah. And so I don't know. man.
If we were to genre you, you're doing absurd. But you're doing comedy.
But she
You're
just
doing,
bummed
like,
me out, man. Like, cause that's something I guess
Yeah.
like I fear. I have a fear sometimes that like I go towards that, you know, and so I really don't want to be. I don't want to be like an edgelord on stage,
Yeah.
and I don't think I am. But then
I think if you have that fear, that's
Yeah.
a pretty good sign that you're not that, because it
Yeah,
seems like the
that's-
guys who
Yeah.
are like that are really unaware.
Well, and it
of
just
how-
sucks, dude. That's a
or
sucky-
they want to be.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah, the
just
goal
just
is to
having
do
having that feeling alone. Grant, you're right. Yeah, Ryan, having that feeling alone will always make you not that. You know, but I mean, it is a. I don't like to go there that much either, but like, yeah, I write a lot of punchlines. You know, like I have a whatever. Yeah, I have a new punchline where it like the punchline's like. Oh my, and like I don't. It doesn't make sense out of context. But I say I have a high school girlfriend. It's just
Yeah.
you know, because it's like because in context it just doesn't. It's like a silly thing to say, you know.
Yeah.
But like you know, it's just it's like a little like it's a twist, you know.
Dude.
It's like
You know, okay, speaking of this, so I've been like my closer is like this joke where I end it by being like I'm like I'm basically like, what am I supposed to do if his parents come home in the middle of that? Like, what am I supposed to say? And then the line is like, they're like, what are you saying to our son? And I'm like, just that if I was a pedophile, I would molest him. And like,
Yeah.
that's how like I end my sets. And like, I think the problem too is that last show, they were like so distracted that they didn't really get the lead up to that. So then all of a sudden, like, I'm just ending my set by
Saying
like,
I'm a
yeah, I'm a
if I was
pedophile and I would
pedophile,
molest your kid. And it's like,
yeah.
because it like got a laugh from like the people who were paying attention. Also, like there were actual
When when my child porn thing doesn't work,
Yeah.
dude, bummer.
Yeah.
it's dude, I have to like be very choosy of when
Yeah.
I can do that.
Dude, I had a joke like that bomb.
Because I've left shows being
Yeah.
like, well, I feel terrible.
Yeah, I have a joke that can come off as like pretty racist if it doesn't hit. And the annoying thing is like it doesn't hit if it's white people typically. So like it's a
Yeah.
bunch of white people looking at me going, "You're racist," and it's like it's not that at all. And if they listened
Dude.
to what I was saying at all, it wouldn't
Yeah.
like. But sometimes they just get so uncomfortable that like they'll turn on you. No, but like it's shitty because you do have to just like. Basically take the swing. Like you
Yeah.
have to be
I-
like, I'm gonna try this and I have to be.
You're really good at sitting in it and like not, because like I have a tendency of bailing if I'm like, fuck, they're not with
Yeah.
it.
I bail too, and
Grant's impressive. He's been doing some like pretty crazy stuff where he'll just sit there and be like, no. This is gonna turn.
here's the
The
thing.
ship is gonna turn.
like the
that's good, man. That's a great fucking
Yeah.
technique
well,
to have.
yeah. I mean, except it does like
It's impressive though.
Well, thank you,
pull
thank
it
you.
off.
But like sometimes it doesn't, and it
Yeah.
feels just as bad as
Yeah, of
bailing.
course,
you know, probably
right.
worse.
Yeah, because you hung in it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
well, that was for
I still
nothing.
I tried to fucking
Yeah.
gut it out.
I was
and
just
it didn't work. It still didn't work. But well, like, because typically I come from a point of view where it's like a same thing. I'm not trying to be an edgelord, but I am trying to talk about
Yeah.
uncomfortable shit. And and if you come in with a point of view that you aren't, that you trust yourself to be like, no, I'll stand by what I say. I
Yeah.
know it's gonna be a little fucked up, but I'm not coming up here saying racist shit.
Well,
then it's like you can stand.
I think those
in
are the
it.
best jokes, though. Those
When
takes
they
are the
ride
best.
the line a little bit.
I had this. I got a ticket in the subway a couple months ago for smoking a cigarette with Joey Hamburger, and this is true. This is a true story. I got a ticket. 2 women cops gave me this ticket, both wearing hijabs.
Okay.
2 Muslim women cops, and I did this in where there was a table of Muslim people, and they really liked it. My first time doing it, you know, because you know, one of the punchlines is like, you know, like, because one of the women, you know, she's being like really cool to me, we're hitting it off, and the other one's like kind of being like a dickhead, and I'm like, what is this, halal cop, haram cop? Like, what's going on here? You know?
Did you say that to her, or is
Yeah, no, I didn't say that in the moment,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I say that on stage. I'm like, what's going on? It was this halal cop, haram cop?
That's
Wait,
really
whoa,
funny.
They
what's
would have
going
been
on
within
here?
their rights to shoot you dead if you said that to the police right then.
You know, but I did it in front of mainly white people at the tiny cupboard, and they're a little bit more sensitive. It's very this is very like communist Bushwick,
woke.
you know.
Sure.
This is really cool. Like, yeah, this is.
But
gay,
that's not
this is gay
offensive.
Bushwick.
It's not
Like,
offensive
it's
to
like
say
woke.
halal haram. It's almost
No, I know, but they just didn't like, because I say like 2 women cops, and I let that sit, and you can tell them they're like, and I'm like, and I even say too, because I'm like, I even preface where I'm just like, I'm having like a progressive split, because I'm like, part of me wants to be like, yeah, fuck the police, but then I see them walk on the subway, and I'm like, assalamu alaikum, you know,
Yeah.
mashallah, ladies, you
understand.
know, like, yeah, but yeah, I don't know, it just, they didn't like it as much as, it did great for one crowd, it didn't hit at all for another crowd, bombed, and now I have like a sour taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
So you know when you get the scaries with a bit,
Yeah.
I got a little bit of the scaries
And
with
then
that
and
one.
then like
So I don't know. I need to give it another go, because the comics really like it, and then one crowd really liked it. So
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, it's something.
I
but-
would trust your instincts.
It's
I think
weird. It's
fine.
weird though, because like sometimes after that happens, like comics you don't respect will come up and be like, "Oh man, geez," like, and you're like, "No, I told it right." Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't take anything back, you know. Like,
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's fuck. I've been having some like really pretty mid sets, I would say.
Hills and valleys,
Yeah,
dude.
I'm
Hills
just
and
like,
valleys.
Dude, I was in mid city for like a month and a half, and I think I got out the past like 2 weeks, but I was in the mid zone for a while,
Yeah.
for a hot, mostly the whole summer.
You gotta just
Mostly the
stop.
whole summer.
You gotta stop putting pressure on yourself and just go.
I had
I'm
a
gonna
real.
go up there and fuck around.
I had
Yeah.
a barn burner the other night hosting Sisyphus. Like
Hell
I had
yeah.
him like going by the end of it, you know, which is always nice because it's just like it's hard to build from nothing. It's one thing if you're like in a sweet spot and you can do 5 minutes and do well,
Yeah.
you know, but to like get
Yeah.
them going from start to finish is
That's sick. What helps me is writing new jokes.
yeah.
If you're in a lull, like throwing away and then go be like, okay, if I'm gonna be mid, then I might as well
Yeah.
just be mid with new stuff.
Yep.
And then I noticed that that gets me stronger.
Yeah, you can bring a little bit more energy. Like for me, that is a way to like kind of kickstart energy. Is to be like,
Yeah.
look, I've been like doing pretty right down the exactly good and bad for the last with these jokes I'm working on now. I'm just gonna go up and try 3 new premises and if I can sell one of them, if I can sell the shit out of one
Yeah.
of them, then that feels
Yeah.
better than doing exactly fine with
Such a- yeah,
tried and true
such a win.
material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. It sounds like for you, Ryan, your show, it just sounds like there was an energy shift because they were like drunk and
yeah, dude, it was just such a bummer.
It was just like an energy shift that was like kind of more on them.
I was doing so well. I was doing so well, and then I just let it get away. And
how did Jordan do on the last show? I mean, you don't have to.
Yeah, no, she did great all week, but it did feel good because like I was like both shows Saturday, like I did fine. I didn't like crush like I was, and like she did great. And I like when she came in the green room, I was just like, dude, great set. Like I really struggled with that audience, and then like both times she was like, they were weird, right? They were weird. So that's like. It's a good feeling when, like, you know, I mean, she's doing better because she should be. Like, she's in the headline position, but also, like, just that affirmation of, like, no, they were weird, though.
It's
they
such
were a weird crowd.
It's such a weird sensation to kind of, like, eat one, and then you go back to the green room, and you're almost just like, God, I hope everybody else bombs, too. So, because you don't wish it upon them, but you're like, just for my sake, I hope this wasn't about me. Like, I hope everybody comes back here and agrees with me.
The ultimate thing that felt so nice, we were like walking outside of the venue, and like she has like fans because she has like a big podcast. It's Jordan Jensen, by the way. If you haven't looked into like her podcast or her stand up, she's killer.
I think she's so funny.
She just
doing a live pod at 10,000 Laughs Festival.
Yeah, she just had her special come out on YouTube too, 30-minute special. So go check that out. But we're like walking out, and so she has like actual comedy fans, right? Who like come out, and they were like, we're like Jordan, and they're like, dude, they asked her, they were like, are you doing Skankfest? And she was like, yeah, I'm doing Skankfest. And then they were like, sick. Don't ever come back here. This place, like, which
her fan said that?
Yeah, they were just like, we were like, why does it suck? And they were just like, well, it's just like, you know, college kids come here and get drunk, and then they're like, oh shit, there's a comedy show. Which, by the way, vast majority of the time, that venue is like super sick. So, but it was just the Saturday shows
that still seems weird to be like from that area and be like, don't come back.
I know.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You're here. Why'd you come here?
They were like, you guys were great. That crowd sucked. And we're like, dude, they were weird. So it did feel nice just because now it's like.
It's nice when real people know.
Yeah, not even like another comic, but people who were there were like, what the fuck is going on?
It is weird. I have had guys come up to me after shows to be like after you get done with the show and you're like, all right, that went pretty good. And then guys be like, and then like people in the audience be like, dude, don't even, like, that crowd didn't give you enough.
But you know
and I'm like, I thought it was like,
that's the thing.
like I think what they're saying is like, I really, really liked you.
I liked you more.
You know?
I don't think the crowd gave you enough for how funny you were. And that's how you got to take it. Instead of like, dude, oh, that kind of sucked. You know, it's more for them. They're like, dude, I thought you were incredible. The crowd didn't give you what you deserved, you know?
I got recognized at my job. I was like, someone didn't show up for someone called out. So I was running front of house solo, and I'm just really like busting my ass. I'm really just like, I don't know. I'm not like in a bad mood, but I'm just working, you know, and it's tough. Yeah. And then this guy, and I'm like carrying a lot of plates, and I'm like mid carry, and this guy comes up to me and he's like, hey man, like, I don't mean to bother you, but like, I follow you online, and like, just hang in there, man.
That's awesome.
No. He said I'm really rooting for you, but it was like with like compassion instead of like being like stoked. And, like, and I took it. I was like, thank you so much, man. Like I really like. Bro, I really needed to hear that today.
That is like
I'm visibly. I look like I'm not doing well.
That's like that for a show, but for your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Your life.
Yeah, he's like in the audience of my life.
He's like, I like you, dude. Like, I don't know what everybody else is.
He's just like, hey, they're not giving you enough.
I don't know what
now.
your dad thinks, but I love you, dude. I think you're great.
Oh man, dude, that's good. You got any apologies to demand? Anything to talk about, Grant?
Dude, I mean, we don't have to spend much time on this. I don't know how invested you guys are, but fuck the Vikings, dude. Honestly,
what happened?
Dude, did you watch the game today, Tommy?
Nah, I didn't watch the game.
Dude, they're just
Did you see the Broncos score, dude?
Yeah, it was 70-20.
Jesus Christ.
The Broncos let the Dolphins put up 70 points.
I mean, the
today.
Dolphins are incredible.
So,
bro,
but the Vikings just are just. They're just giving football games away.
They're
going to
trade Kirk Cousins, dude. People need to stop blaming Kirk Cousins. He is not a likable guy, but that offensive line needs work. And also, I would argue Kirk Cousins is probably going to go down as a Hall of Famer.
I agree. I agree with all that, and that's why it's even more frustrating because last year the Vikings, everybody say what you will about them, like frauds or whatever. We won a lot. We won like 10 one-score margin games.
We won those games.
Yeah, we won those
by
games
cheering at the TV.
Yes, I took part in those games,
yes.
and this year we're a better team. And we're a better team. We got the defensive coordinator, like a new defensive coordinator. All this stuff has been like put together in a way, and we're actually playing worse. So like I don't know.
I mean, they've all been close games.
It's either makes me want to die.
They're either gonna be 0-5 and trade Kirk Cousins to the Falcons or the Jets.
Makes me want to die.
Yeah, dude, honestly, you said it's fucking embarrassing. It's like the biggest.
Dude, I'm going to the Vikings game on Christmas Eve.
I'm going on New Year's Eve. So I'm
gonna get so turned.
Yeah, and so here's the thing: is like at this point, it's like I'm to the point where it's like we're now treating the Viking season like an open mic, like we're treating the podcast. It's anything goes. We're just out here to have fun, you know.
Here's my secret for the NFL, or honestly any sports. If your team kind of sucks, like the Broncos have sucked since they won the Super Bowl and Peyton Manning retired, I just become a fan of the game. I'm just like, nah, dude. I'm just gonna watch like as many games as I can and just like enjoy the spectacle of like these freak athletes that do things that I couldn't dream of doing, and it's like it's so much more fun, man.
I mean, that's what's annoying about the Vikings right now is we have Justin Jefferson. He's like the best receiver in the fucking league.
Addison is really good,
and they're doing crazy shit, but we just can't win, and it's insanely frustrating.
It's the offensive line. They suck.
And we got Kurt sisters.
Yeah, there you go, dude. Kirk uncles.
And
we got Kurt uncles, Kurt aunties.
Honestly, whenever he gets a chance, he's throwing fucking darts, dude. He's throwing laser beams. So
he's really good.
But yeah, the end of the game today specifically was absolute trash. Fuck the Vikings for that one. I'm demanding an apology. They gave the football game away.
That's what they do.
There. Yeah.
That's what they do. They lose close games.
But here's the thing: they got a gift. They got into the red zone. It was 1st and goal. And they got the first down, and they had like 40 seconds on the clock, and they didn't spike the ball to stop the clock on first down. Just ran a play with like chickens with their heads cut off and threw an interception in the end zone.
Damn.
And they would have won if they would have scored a touchdown. If you check it down and like call a play, you could have 3 shots at the end zone.
You got to score touch. I mean, like when it comes down to brass tacks.
Yeah, that's an important part of the game.
You gotta get a touchdown, man.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
you can't get an interception.
I would have given money for a touchdown.
Wait,
I would have paid $5 for a touchdown.
Real quick,
in that moment?
Can we go to NFL Corner with Tommy? Tommy, I'm gonna get you some music playing here. Okay, we'll play you in.
Yeah, Tommy.
Hey, welcome back to NFL Corner with Tommy. We got a lot of teams on both sides. Everyone's kind of, moving and shucking and jiving. But, like, here's the thing. When it comes down to it, we need the ball to go upfield. We need to get it past the first down, which is 10 yards. And we got to get that done in less than 4 turns, or 4 turns or less. We got to keep progressing up the field. Eventually ending in the last box, okay? Now, when we end in the last box more times than the other guys, well, this is going to be good for the whole city. This is going to boost the economy. More people are going to come into the city. This creates jobs. This great. It boosts morale. People get stoked. We need that ball over there in the last box more times than the other guys.
Tommy,
figure that out.
Tommy, real quick, can you comment on the shape?
What?
Can you comment on the shape of the ball?
Yeah, it's oval and poop colored.
Hey, man. You got to live with the bounce, okay? Every other ball, this is what Bud Grant said before he died. Every other ball in every other sport is round. Football is the only one where it's not round, and you got to be able
Is
to
that
live with
true?
the bounce. Sometimes it bounces your way, sometimes it bounces the other way. You got to
Who-
live with the bounce.
Who the heck decided on that shape, by the way?
It's perfect for throwing and catching and cradling in your arm. It's the perfect size. It's the perfect ball.
It's people were like, I wish a ball was like a baby.
Yeah.
I wish a
I
ball was
wish-
pointy. Could you?
I wish a ball was pointy. I wish it was boob shaped.
Well, kind of, yeah. It's like if you put
If you
the back
put
of
two
two
boobs.
tits on each other.
If you put the back.
It's like a ball that Ed Gein made. Are you ready to play tit ball? No.
They're calling it the worst rated sporting spectacle in all of history.
Y'all down to play titty ball?
Y'all better get that titty ball in the end zone.
The friend zone.
Get that titty ball in my
ball.
tight end. I'm
Shove
wide
those
open.
titty balls.
My tight end wide open for that titty ball.
Fullback, how about I meant to say
How about
halfback.
come on my back?
How about back shots?
Yeah.
How about fill my back hole?
Yeah.
Phil McCracken.
How come no football player ever twerks after they score a touchdown?
Again,
We are
incredible question.
We are 10 years away from like a receiver that just twerks when they.
I don't. 10 years seems
I think-
long.
I-
I feel like
I bet 10. I think it's got. We need a little
Dude,
bit
we
more
need,
irony.
we need to get
you know?
like a gay kind of like Ice Spice.
yes,
Damn, dude,
with
that'd be
like a
sick.
fat ass, like a fat
Yeah,
ass
we need
receiver.
we need to get like a guy who's like kind of like a queen, you know.
Dude,
and he's
that's
like,
crazy
he's like,
to
He's
think.
kind of like a bad bitch. He's like a bad
like
bitch
if,
on the field.
if Lil Nas X was like a wide out. you
Yeah,
know?
we need to get like
honestly,
a
one day there will be a period in human history where the best player in the NFL is gay and flamboyant about it, and it's going to be so.
It's gonna be the quarterback. He's like, I'm gonna pass for 250 yards
Yeah, I don't
today.
think we-
yards. He's like, I'm gonna slay this touchdown, cunty.
Yeah.
Hut hike,
It's Riley Cosgrove.
dude. That actually okay. I know it's questionable to do that accent at this
It's
point in
very
time,
questionable,
But
yeah.
but it. What we're saying is progressive, and I do support it. And
Dude, I
there
had the
should
gay
be
guys
like
at-
a very gay quarterback who's just like
I had the
Patrick
gay
Mahomes.
guys at work dying because I work in the service industry, so I'm with the boys and
in the trenches.
I'm in the trenches with the lads, and we have this new manager because we're opening up another location, so we're bringing in a lot of just people in, and he's like a good-looking guy, like kind of feminine, has a husband, and then my other coworker is gay. They're talking about how hot he is, like behind his back.
Sure.
And then my coworker Tommy.
It's
is
like
his
say
name,
that
Ashton.
shit to my face, by the way. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't talk
Yeah.
about how hot I am behind my back. Say that. Why don't you say
Yeah.
that to my fucking face, man?
And they're like, and he used to be married to a woman. And then all the gay guys went, oh my God, like that's so hot. And I was like, it's so funny that the hottest thing you can be in the gay community is straight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
And they really like that. I was like, that is you guys got all your separate kinks, your own little things going on. But when it comes down to brass tacks, the hottest thing a gay guy can be is straight.
Is that because you
And
get the
that's so
opportunity
fu-
to turn them? Is that what?
Yeah, it's like it's like bad.
It's naughty.
you
God,
know?
dude, I wish
It's naughty.
I would have had the wherewithal to play the Seinfeld theme as soon as you started going off on this.
What's the deal with being the hottest thing in the gay community is being straight? You think it'd be being gay,
Yeah.
but it's being straight.
Dude, that is millennial.
being attracted
Seinfeld.
to a woman.
That's Gen Z Seinfeld. Seinfeld.
Apparently, being attracted to the woman is the hottest thing a gay guy can be.
Seinfeld. That's pretty good.
Seinfeld, baby.
Seinfeld.
Oh, by the way, shout out, Hanky Panky, Henry Fugit, dude. I talked to him on the way down there and on the way back up too.
Nice.
He told
Dude,
me
Panky's coming down to New York,
I
man.
know, he
I'm gonna
told
hang
me.
out with him.
the old Hanky Panky. That's a good nickname for him.
Hankaroo.
Hanky Panky.
Hankaroo, Panky. Dude, Panky.
Hanky Panky.
Yeah, dude, I have it in my calendar. I have Panky Day
Yeah.
on he's coming on a Saturday. I'm waking up and it's gonna be Panky from noon o'clock to closing time.
You do the Hanky Panky and you shake it all out, and I don't know.
And
Dun,
I don't know however
Yeah,
those
it's
lyrics go.
stupid.
Someone should rap genius those
What it means?
those lyrics. Yeah, what it means.
You do the Hanky Panky and you suck my dick.
I'm also I'm
No, I'm just
also gonna hang out with
playing.
Henry's dad too.
What's that?
Henry's dad's coming to New York too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm gonna get lunch with those guys.
You're getting Hank 1 and
With-
Hank 2, huh?
Hank, part 1, part 2.
We call his dad Hank 2.
The Hanks, yeah. I'm gonna call it Henry's dad, Henry's son.
Dude, why? What's with the disconnect between like sequels and people? Like they should either call like Jaws 2, they should call it Jaws Jr.
Interesting.
Or they should
Yeah.
call,
here.
or they should call
That-
Hank.
curious,
Hank
very
Jr..
curious.
They should call him Hank too.
Yeah.
Like why? Let's get
Yeah.
on the same page.
I'm pretty
with
sure they
naming
do that.
I'm Henry the dose.
Yeah, I think they do that in like Hong Kong, maybe. I think.
What?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know.
No.
No, I think they do.
I think I'm right, dude. I think that's why China's so mad at them.
Yeah, because they keep doing fucking crap like that.
Dude, you can't go to war with something named Hong Kong though, dude. That sounds too much like King Kong, you know?
Yeah,
Like, it's like,
it sounds like they have like a hammer and they're gonna bonk you.
yeah, dude. I do the Hong Kong.
They're gonna
Damn,
Hong
this-
Kong
dude,
you on
if
the
this
fucking
is
head.
so
If
dangerously
it
close
weren't
to being
if it
racist.
weren't Chinese guys who named Hong Kong,
Yeah.
think about that. You'd be like, what the
Yeah,
hell?
it'd be
did you
really
call
fucked
it?
up.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
What?
That's fucked up,
Yeah,
dude.
we are very close to just like making fun of Asian names. So we gotta tread lightly.
Yeah,
It's like some guy coming in
Um,
being like, "God, name it fucking Hong Kong. I don't give a shit." Man.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
no,
dude, if it was a white guy from the South who named it, you'd be like, what? I don't know.
Yo,
Why not like Jeffersonville?
chill on
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
dude. Fucking-
I roasted my friend Tiger, who's a comedian. He's Chinese, and it was his birthday show last night. And it's like from my other show, I went in to write some roast jokes for him on the train. You want to hear one
Yeah.
of them?
yeah.
I went, Tiger's Chinese, everybody. I don't know if you noticed. They got a little laugh. It's Chinese as hell. I was like, being Chinese and having the name Tiger, that's like being white in America and having the name Eagle AR-15 Gun Heart Disease Student Debt. Hi, my name's Eagle AR-15 Gun Heart Disease Student Debt, but you could just call me racist for short. Pleasure to meet you, brother.
Did they get a big pop?
They got a nice little pop.
Hell
That's
yeah.
good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and then after I said it, I was like, I wrote that fucking 5 minutes ago, you guys. My new thing is if I have a new joke that hits, I say when I wrote it.
Yeah.
I go, been doing that for a week. I'll be like, been doing that for a week. It's really working right now. Like the audience, like I don't fucking
Yeah.
do not care about the process
Yeah.
at all.
I just want to see the results.
I haven't done a
Yeah,
good
I
roast in a
literally just
while.
want to hear jokes.
Did you do a full roast?
You want to do a roast?
Yeah, I
right
wrote
now?
like 6 jokes.
And he timed it right.
Yeah.
How about this for a roast? You fucking suck, bitch.
God damn it.
Pretty good.
God. It's just guy
I go,
guy who's getting roasted, just getting absolutely demoralized by every
It would
roast.
Yeah.
be fun to It would be fun to like do a roast and just
Yeah.
like tell everybody they suck. Just be like, Grant's here and he fucking sucks, dude. That guy sucks
be-
ass.
You actually just say all the
Yeah.
shit you don't like about him.
What
No,
if,
no,
what
just
if you did
sucks.
what if you did a roast show and like it's like, all right, like who wants to go first, and then you like whatever flip the coin, and then you're about to do your first joke and you put like a water bottle in your pants and you like poke it and you it immediately looks like you piss your pants and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then you just try and power through and be mean. You're just like, Grant's gay. Just piss dribbling down your.
Didn't you do the one show with like chocolate smeared all over your face?
Oh
Or-
yeah.
Oh yeah, like the heckle show where I put.
You look like you
And
have
I was
shit
like-
all over your mouth.
And people kept trying to roast me, and I was like, all right, yep. I went into the bathroom and ate some poop.
I feel
And they were
like
like, you look like whatever, a lesbian, whatever, Ellen DeGeneres, whatever fucking people say about me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, very funny. Went in the bathroom, dug up a little poop, ate it. Decided to mess around with it.
dude, tell me if this is true or not, but like from the reaction that clip got online, that set alone looked like it like leveled you up in the New York comedy scene. Like,
Dude, honestly, it was that, and then I wrote it was that, and that same week I wrote my like child porn bit, and both those things were highly respected. Like the
that's
two
the dude
probably
who ate shit.
like
everybody's like, did you
one
hear
of
about
the
the new
dumbest,
Genius?
probably like the most crass joke I've ever written, and like. And then I like started getting booked. Maybe I should just do more fucking dumb shit. I don't know. Like fuck. Like,
Dude, I'm telling you, do more dumb shit.
Do more dumb. Yeah, maybe that's the move.
I got a VeggieTales joke cooking right now, dude. It's crushing, dude. It's doing really well.
Is it?
I did it
Yeah,
all
that's
week.
a good
It
one.
fucking annihilated.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's gold.
It's just
dude.
about
Can't
how-
wait to hang out.
It's just about how like doesn't seem like VeggieTales sound like something like a really hungover guy came up with. You know? they're like, what's your idea for the kid show? He's like, fucking, there's vegetables and they sing songs. And I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, no, you didn't let me finish. They're Christian vegetables who sing songs, and they're gonna be CGI. And they're like, I don't know, dude, CGI seems pretty expensive. He's like, not the way we're gonna do it. This is gonna be shitty CGI vegetables.
You know,
for
you know
God.
those, you know the animation from bowling alleys. I'm gonna hire those guys.
I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna take that.
You
That is
should-
good.
you-
Yeah,
that's-
that's
please
perfect.
use
Yeah.
that.
You know,
You know
Dude,
the
that's
bowling
the exact
from the guy-
thing,
Yeah.
Tommy. You
from the
fucking
guys who
nailed
brought
it.
you bowling alleys, bowling alley cartoons.
dude, and then
we're
I'm like-
hiring them.
That's exactly it, dude. That has to be the same guys. Like, I think you're literally right about that.
yeah, it's the same company. It's for sure the same company.
Yeah, you know the
same
animation
company-
from bowling alleys. I know a guy. I know a guy who can do that.
I know those guys.
Yeah.
Wait,
I know that one guy.
Here's a true question that I have.
And he is an alcoholic.
Yeah, his marriage is
he,
falling apart.
he wants in.
Yeah.
He needs money
He's got
now.
he's got a lot of problems.
He needs money now and not a lot of
He
it.
has a lot of gambling debt. Where
Yeah.
did VeggieTales come from? Like, literally.
This is what
Hungover guy staring at the fridge going, God told me to. God wants me to make this.
just a man in a bathroom somewhere. God told me to make this.
That's what I've been tagging it with.
That's so good because it is like
Yeah.
the Christian angle of it makes it just like, wait, what the fuck? Why though?
Dude, I was trying to do something with this. I saw, you ever see like a fly rubbing its little hands together? It's like, all right, what are you plotting? Huh? He's like, I got big plans. I'm finna about to land on a turd later, bro. I'm finna about to. Y'all said I'd never make it. What am I on now? A shit. A piece of shit. Yeah.
Yeah. One small step for fly.
One giant turd.
One giant turd
For me to
man.
gobble
One
up.
giant turd
me.
from that dog's asshole.
One giant turd for me to chill on.
Started from
For
the
me to
bottom, now we're
fucking-
here.
Listen, man, I'm just
Cool
like
on.
any other fly. I just want my own turd. I just want one turd in 24 hours. That's all I need.
Yeah. Yeah, he brings his fly wife and he has his little hands over and he's like, "Look, I got us a turd. I bought it. This is
Yeah,
ours."
she's like, is that real shit? And he's like, yeah, from a dog.
Yeah, it's real shirt. Yeah, it's real shit. We own this.
What
We
about-
own this property.
What about, you guys know Forever Chemicals? What about Forever 21 Chemicals? And I keep,
I don't know Forever Chemicals.
it's like PFAS.
It's like stuff that'll never break down. It's
Yeah.
the stuff that's killing the world.
yeah.
Oh,
what
right,
about
yeah.
Forever 21 Chemicals? I keep,
What are those?
I keep flushing my girlfriend's dresses down the toilet.
Yeah. Her perfume.
Yeah, because the only way to fight Forever Chemicals is Forever 21 Chemicals, you know?
Yeah. That seems like too like nice of a name for something very
I
bad.
know. It sounds like a good thing. Like you're like, damn,
It
dude,
sounds like a
forever?
Peter Pan, like forever. This
yeah.
is for
Like a
forever
forever
chemicals.
home.
Lifetime
like when you get
guarantee
a pet,
on
when you
these
adopt
chemicals.
a pet,
Yeah.
you call it the forever home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was like forever chemicals. I was like, is that just like cleaning spray
Yeah.
that?
Can we,
Help
is it
last-
too much to ask for some temporary chemicals in the water supply? Can we get some temporary chemicals? Not the
Yeah,
forever ones?
How about how about a 1 week chemical?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but how about something that'll break down in 1,000 years? Is that too much to ask, or is that
It is.
just
It
that
is.
yeah.
1,000.
Damn, dude, I would love to be a guy just dumping chemicals into the fucking lake.
Seems like-
just like, yeah, it's my job. I fucking
Yeah.
gotta dump this waste somewhere. Why not
Yeah.
into where kids swim?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that'd be nice.
God, dude, just to be dumb as
I
fuck,
wish I
yeah.
could be a guy to bring my kids to that lake. To be honest.
Just never questioning it. Just like, yeah, no, I dumped the chemicals in the lake like the boss told me
Yeah.
to. Imagine
Mm-hmm.
like testifying, like you're the guy who dumped all the chemicals, but you're so stupid that you didn't know. Like you're just like, yeah, boss man told me to dump the chemicals, and then I just dumped
I
all
mean
the chemicals.
that's like the
yeah.
story of our country.
Yeah,
Truly,
damn, dude.
truly, the pages of history have been written by incredibly dumb men
It would
doing
be
the
like-
work of
I would be
evil,
the
smart
guy.
men.
I'd be the guy. You'd be the guy who told me to dump the chemicals for.
I
the
would
grain.
never. I would never.
I think
dude.
you would.
No,
yeah,
I wouldn't.
That's so you.
I
Bro.
wouldn't dump chemicals or be a sexual
You got a
predator.
dumper,
Going back
dude.
to the first thing.
You
that
got
would-
a dumper.
No, I don't actually. I
I'm a
wish I
sexual
did. I wish
prey.
I had
I'm-
more of a fucking
Yeah, I'm sex. That's funny.
dump truck ass.
I'm a sexual prey. I think. I don't think I'm a predator. I think someone's gonna.
Women.
What is it if you're outside the food chain?
Yo, these women is tall.
Does anybody exist outside the food chain?
That's good. Write that down.
Dude, fucking.
I'm
also,
sexual prey. These women are too tall.
Yeah, dude. They're gonna
pretty
eat
good,
me. One
Ryan.
of those women is
They're gonna
eat me.
hunt and eat me.
Dude, I was doing this bit about how like escape rooms, there should be like a before that, because they're missing out on money. Like there should be like a try and get in here room, and it's like me and I'm standing in front of a door and I'm like, you got an hour and a half. Try and get in here, and then this lady in the front row she did this motion like she was lifting up a baby and putting him to the side, and I was like, okay, that was fucked up. That was like she, because how small I am, she was like just saying like, she would just like lift me to the side, and I was
Damn,
like,
she heckled you without words.
yeah, dude, I was like, okay, I am
Holy
not that
shit,
small.
dude.
It got a big pop. I was like, okay, this lady just did this, and that was fucked up. I think that was discrimination.
That's
my
an
God.
incredible
Yeah.
heckle though, because it
It's
sounds like it
great.
really derailed you too.
It was great. I mean,
Dude,
I
she
gotta
got you
laugh.
with,
reacted.
action. With action alone.
Dude, it was incredible. It was so funny. If that lady's listening to this podcast, you
Did you tape that?
Actually, they taped it. I don't know
Dude,
if
you gotta
it's.
get
I don't know
your
if it's
tapes.
4K, but yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be posting.
I'm probably gonna
some of
post the
this.
one where like I talk about not smelling a woman's pussy. I'll probably do that.
I would never smell.
I would never smell a woman's pussy. I'm
Oh
sexual
man,
prey.
what did you do? How was you weren't on the podcast last week, Ryan?
Well, you guys recorded during the week, and the one time we recorded during the week. Since I've lived in Lakeville, it took me like an hour and a half to get here.
Yeah.
After working, so it's just like, well, we got to talk after the podcast too.
Oh
and figure
yeah.
out,
Yeah. Kind of.
Did you moved?
I'm in Lakeville now. Yeah, it's like a half hour away, but with like in traffic, it takes like fucking dude. Like when we recorded at 5, it took me like over an hour.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sticks. It's still pretty long
dude,
even
it
without
fucking-
traffic.
It takes me like 45 minutes to get anywhere in New York.
Yeah, I was Armand and Joey are in town. They said you're kind of out there where your apartment
I'm
is.
deep. I'm pretty deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And it's just by like one train. Too.
Is it cheaper to live out there?
Yeah, it's cheaper. And it's not that bad. You just gotta get good at time management, and then I don't know, fucking get into a book.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, what would I be doing with that time? Just do that time on the train.
Mm-hmm.
Just live on the train.
Train
live
boy.
completely on the train. And yeah,
Train Boy.
smoke cigarettes on the train.
The Adventures of Train Boy.
I spend so much time on the train.
Do you like trains? Would you say that your interest in trains has gone up?
No, but I will say, it's nice to sit on the. I do like sitting on the train.
Dude, speaking of,
You go and you don't have to do anything.
What?
It's like an excuse. I get to just like only be on my phone.
also, dude, you can just
Yeah.
be drunk on the train. I can't tell you how many times I've like,
Yeah, I'll just be, dude. Yeah, I'll finish a show. I'll pick up a beer at a bodega
Yeah.
and just like drink it on the train
Yeah.
on my way home.
45 minutes, 2 extra beers.
that's what's so
That's
fucked
two.
up.
That's
Easy.
2 beers.
You
That's
aren't even,
2
those beers
easy.
don't even count either, because that's like wasted. Again,
It's
wasted
because you're
time
moving
anyways.
while
Yeah.
you're drinking.
Yeah.
You're burning
So
calories.
You're moving
It's
through
can't-
space. Yeah.
You're moving through space and time, so it for some reason doesn't count.
It would be worse if you
This
didn't
is
drink
welcome
those
back
beers.
to alcoholic math.
Yes, because like if you don't drink those beers, you're actively getting hungover on the train.
Dude, this has been happening to me a couple times. This is what sucks with Minneapolis is like you go out, you have some beers, you drive home, you're like, all right, good to drive. And then like I get home and I start playing Madden and I'm like, damn, dude, I am like too drunk to play Madden. You know, like, I gotta be careful.
This is the problem with Minneapolis.
Yes,
Or
it's
just
the
like
city.
Like
places-
as a city.
Places that you have to drive, you know what I mean? Like, because it tricks
Yeah.
you. I'm like, yeah, I was driving great, but damn, I cannot complete a pass.
I know,
I
but
just
also you
cannot
get
do
to
it.
you, but also you get to be on time if you have a car. Like you're at the whim of the train.
Yeah.
The will of the train.
Mm-hmm.
You're at something.
Can I ask you this? Does that actually give you
care.
like a
I don't care what I'm saying.
does that give you like a universal out? Because everybody in New York is
Dude,
just
yeah,
like the
I'm
fucking
constantly,
train. Like,
dude, every comedy show in New York starts an hour late.
yeah.
Every fucking show I do, I show up 30 minutes late, and everyone's like, "Yeah, we're just gonna get started pretty soon." And I'm like, "Well, what the fuck?" I have like another place
Why
to be.
did I even try?
Yeah, and then I go to that place, and we're like, "Yeah, we're actually gonna start at 1 a.m." And I'm like, "Oh my god." I stayed out till 4 a.m. last night, and it's just like so easy to just be out that late.
New York like doesn't feel
I'm seeing
big,
this-
but it's so huge. Like,
I'm seeing this girl who's like New York rich, you know, and all of her friends are like New York rich. So they're like, "Oh yeah, we rented out a section at the Soho House," and then I just get to like be there. Dude, I got an apology to demand. I like, okay, so I don't like dress bad. I dress like fine. You know, I like dress like a
You got some fucking riz.
Yeah, I dress like a
Seen it?
Brooklyn fucking guy, whatever. You know, I know my place. You know, but I go to this Soho House and the lobby lady is like not trying to let me in.
I mean, isn't the Soho House like the quintessential like high
Bro, it's like
fashion
wet. I like
douchebag
show up
hangout?
wet. Yeah, it's like the quintessential like fucking like cool. It's like
It would be like the
sucks.
cliche reference to make, right?
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, like and I never been there before because there. Why would I go there? You have to like, it's like hard to get a reservation. You have to like rent out a table. You have to like rent out space to be there.
It's like
and
a
then
rich
still
person
buy
club,
things.
right? It's like famous and
Yeah,
rich
it's
people.
like you just spend a lot of money to any place where you just spend the most money to be there. It's just so rich people don't have to deal with anybody's
yeah.
fucking shit.
That's why they didn't want to let you in.
Yeah, and I'm like wet. I'm like soaking wet. Which is like, they just will not let you into a place if you're dripping wet, you know?
Okay, well this makes more
Yeah,
sense.
you kind
it
of
seems
buried
like,
the lead on that one.
Yeah.
All right, well, anyways, she's like, all right, she's like, who are you here to see? And I'm like, I'm here to see like this guy named Josh or whatever. And she's like, okay, did you fill out like the form? And I'm like, oh, no one sent me anything like that. And she's like, all right, he's got to like send you that. And then, but that's not true. So then I like text the girl I'm seeing and I'm like, hey, Josh has got to send me some like invite form that I got to get in their system. And then I'm talking to Josh on the phone. He's like, no, you don't. And he's like, just put me on the phone with the lady. Put her on the phone. And then she's like, oh, you can just go. Why didn't you just say you were on Josh's invite list?
Oh my God.
And I was like, well, I'm saying I was here to see Josh. And she's like, well, you should have said that. And I was like, I feel like you know
You know what you
bitch.
did.
I feel like you know what you're trying to do to me right now. You're trying to make me feel bad, and it's working.
That's so
then
awesome that she still gets to make you feel bad, even though.
Yeah, and then I show up there soaking wet with a backpack full of stuff. And I'm just like, what's up, everybody? Everyone's like hot. Yeah, dude, being wet's really funny.
Just squeaking around. Just
Yeah, being wet when you're not supposed to be.
Yeah, so, like that'd be a funny bit to do if it's not raining and you just get yourself super wet and you come in and you're like,
Yeah, I was
sorry,
talking
it's
to my
buddy,
buddy-
cats and dogs out there. It's just not raining.
yeah, it's sunny.
I was talking to my buddy Grant, or my other friend Grant that I mentioned before. I have another Grant in my life, Grant. But
This is fucked up.
we were talking about like doing a sketch where you just show up to a job interview like soaking wet. You're just like, yeah. It's like a bunch of guys lined up and one guy's like soaking wet for a job interview.
Dude, you could do the opposite of that sketch too, where it's a bunch of guys lined up and they're all soaking wet except one guy. He's like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, he's like looking
Are we
around.
supposed to be wet?
Yeah, he's like, dude, are we supposed to be wet? And they're
That's
like, what
way
are you
funnier.
talking? You didn't see that? You're supposed to be, yeah.
But
He's missing something.
Yeah, he's
the
like-
best would be like a long, slow build to him, like noticing like 3 or 4 or 5 times.
Yeah,
just
he's like
still
looking at the drips, and then he's like, "What the fuck?" And then he there's like a water cooler there, you know, and he's like trying to get himself wet, but it's just like it barely does anything. He's like, "Fuck!"
The boss, the guy doing the hiring opens the door and he's like, all right, you can come in. He's just dripping wet too. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Also, and then it ends
He's
with
sitting right by the air conditioning, which keeps drying him off, and he's really pissed about it.
it ends with him finally getting soaked, and they're like, okay, you can come in now. And then like he sits down, and they're like, why are you wet?
Yeah. Cuts to the other guys, and they're all dry, and then you start playing the Twilight music or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a little spooky. Was it all in his head? Was it all a dream?
Damn, dude. M. Night Shyamalan. M. Night Shyamalan. What was that?
M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night. M. Night Shyamalan. Shut up, man. M. Night, shut up.
Shut up, bitch. M. Night,
Shut up,
bitch.
man.
Shut up, man.
You fucking shut the hell up.
Try to trick me, man. Turns out that guy was Japanese the whole movie. And I didn't know that until the end.
His new movie, I kind of liked, The Knock at the Cabin.
Oh,
that was all right.
The book's a little better.
I haven't seen. I gotta be honest. He gets a lot of hate. I'm always a little bit pleased by M. Night Shyamalan movies because I'm a very simple man, and I'm like, what? Oh my god.
What the hell?
The most obvious twist.
Yeah.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Great. That's
Signs
awesome.
Was good.
Signs is fantastic.
Signs was good. Dude, I like The Beach That Makes You Old.
That movie sucks, dude. I saw that.
Dude,
That's
I know it sucked, dude. I'm sorry, dude. I kind of liked it.
No,
and I know it like objectively sucks. Like I'm not here to like.
The best.
I'm not here to defend my opinion.
The best part of that movie is at the very
Dude,
end.
I really wish they would have called it The Beach That Makes You Old.
The beach that you get old at.
Like The Beach That Makes You is in parentheses, and then it just says old.
What is it? What's it called? Old?
I think it's called Old.
Dude,
Such a bad.
I thought it was called. I thought beach was in the. I thought it was like beach.
Old Beach.
Old Beach.
Welcome to Old Beach. You're going to get really old when you're here.
You'll be very. Trust
Dude,
me when I say
you're gonna
this.
get
You'll be
pissed
old.
off.
Let's just say you're going to be older when you leave. My favorite part.
Why? Are you gonna get old? The government.
Oh, they're doing a fucked up experiment. I'm not supposed to.
The government's doing an
Oh
experiment.
yeah, I guess I wasn't supposed to tell you that, was I?
It's a total twist
I
because
know
we
you're
just didn't show you the factory that's around the corner of the beach.
Oh,
Yeah,
you have to eat
we didn't pan.
seaweed to get to the thing.
I bet you're watching this movie and thinking, why are these people getting old? Is it the government? Yes. Exactly.
Oh, and does one of the scientists have a German accent? Of course.
You
they
would have
do.
seen it coming if you would have just seen that right up there.
If you would have seen the movie.
If you would have seen the thing that
to
I
enjoy
didn't
this
show.
movie, you have to be hungover and sedated.
You should have taken
You're
a
like,
bunch
I'm
of
in luck.
barbiturates before you saw this movie.
Well, brother, I am in
Yeah.
luck.
Dude, my favorite part of that movie is at the very end when they're like in the helicopter and it's like the kids, but they're all grown up, and the guy's like, "Well, how do you feel?" And the guy's like, "I don't know. How would you feel if your uncle was old enough to be your nephew?"
It's like, I guess I'd feel weird.
Yeah, I guess that would suck. I don't know.
That'd be freaking
How would
messed
you
up,
feel?
dude.
How would you feel if you were 8 years old and all of a sudden you have to have sex in a pussy?
And you're
huh?
like-
and now you're
like,
a
I
grown
don't-
man.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be tight.
I guess.
like,
I
when
think that's
was
what I
8,
wanted when I was
Yeah.
8. Yeah, I don't know.
Also, they already did that with the movie Big.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Oh, what the fuck, dude?
They should do a
did.
The
sequel.
movie
to that
Big
movie.
is the beach that makes you old.
Mm-hmm. That's how about the life
You like
that
that one,
makes.
Grant?
Yeah, I do. I think you just made an incredible point.
Thank you, bro.
Who
Thank
is
you.
Earthworm McJohnson?
He's my friend Josh. I put his name in. Dude, here's a little apology to demand. You guys have MacBooks, right?
Yeah.
How come
Yeah.
I can't figure out how to like silence the text on my MacBook? How come no matter what I do?
Yo, dude.
Like, what is
and,
that?
And whenever you're on your phone and your MacBook is open and you get a call and your shit's like,
It sounds like
and it's like, I'm not gonna answer the fucking phone on my laptop. I got my phone on me.
You
How
pick up
do- yeah, how
you
do
pick
you
up the
even do
laptop.
it?
Hello. You put it to your ear. Hello, Mom, Grandma.
because that's what I don't get. Like that's a.
I'm old.
I went to the beach.
Why did I bring my laptop?
The thing about going to the beach that you
my
don't.
thing got removed. Hold on.
You there?
Shit. Sorry. Hold on.
It's okay.
Also, my laptop's gonna die.
Probably a good point to wrap up.
Yeah, I think we're.
All right.
We're almost there.
Sorry. Yeah, my laptop's going to die because Clay's podcasting in the other room, so that's
What
why I had
about
the podcast in my
my
bedroom.
ex-wife and the bitch that makes you old? What about that, huh? Sucked
Yeah,
my
that's really
life
good.
out.
Yeah, you should cross out that and put
Yeah.
the bitch and go, oh, this is a movie about my
Yeah.
ex-wife.
Okay, we got to do some housekeeping
That could-
things. Goodbye. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, come to the live
Bye.
show.
Thanks for listening. Write in apologies. We'll do an
We'll suck
apology
you
next
off.
week. Sorry
Come
we
on.
didn't do one this
Okay. Bye-bye.
week. Okay. Bye. Let me get my charger really quick so we can be on this. Okay.